The next step was complete dictatorial control, a step which the Italian black shirt leader took without a second thought. 1 year later, a new electoral law was forced upon the Italian people that guaranteed the Fascist Party an automatic two-thirds majority in Parliament from that moment on. Il Duce had cut off from the people any future hope of democratic government.
He promised to rebuild an empire. Instead, he built the blueprint for modern dictatorship. This is the story of Benito Mussolini, the man who invented fascism, inspired Hitler, and became history's cautionary tale. Born to a socialist blacksmith in rural Italy, young Benito was expelled from school for stabbing a classmate, a drifter who carried Karl Marx's book like a Bible, a journalist whose words could ignite riots. The Great War changed him. He saw something more powerful than socialism, nationalism mixed with violence.
The world had known exploded in Europe. The Secretary of Labor remarked in 1917,
"Battles are fought not only between armed men, but between the factories, workshops, and mines of the contending nations."
His recipe for revolution. Black shirts to terrorize opponents. Ancient Rome's fasces reborn. March on Rome that never happened. In 1922, the king surrendered Italy to a man who bluffed his way to power. For 10 years, the world applauded his
Greatest headlines of the century. Dateline, Rome, October 31st, 1922.
Miracle of making trains punctual. Battles against the mafia. Deal with the Vatican.
1922, the lantern-jawed founder of fascism took advantage of the political unrest in Italy after World War I. Massing a gang of out-of-work ex-soldiers around him, Mussolini directed a march on Rome. As the fascisti regulars marched into the capital city, Italy's King Victor Emmanuel had no choice but to call upon their leader to form a new cabinet to meet the uncontrolled chaos that gripped the ancient Mediterranean country. The next step was complete dictatorial control, a step which the Italian black shirt leader took without a second thought. 1 year later, a new electoral law was forced upon the Italian people that guaranteed the Fascist Party an automatic two-thirds majority in Parliament from that moment on. Il Duce had cut off from the people any future hope of democratic government.
Churchill praised him. Roosevelt invited him. Even Gandhi sought his advice. But behind the posters, the cracks were showing. His fatal mistakes, 1935, brutal invasion of Ethiopia.
Committed Italy to his dream of empire. The conquest of helpless Ethiopia was easy.
(1938) Copying Hitler's racist laws. 1940 Humiliating defeat in Greece. The Roman Caesar became Hitler's puppet, begging for German tanks to save his failing wars. April 1945, captured trying to flee in German uniform. Executed with his mistress by communist partisans. Body displayed in Milan Square like slaughtered meat. The man who made crowds cheer now made them spit. The dictator who dreamed of glory died with just one request: aim for my heart.
A short time before, by Italian partisans after a summary trial. Signal Corps cameras record the blind fury of a people whom he led to disaster after promising them an empire through 20 strutting and corrupt years. The final degradation. Mussolini and his mistress hang from the rafters of a gas station as Taracci, one of his hangmen, goes up. There are none to mourn. the sawdust has run out of Caesar.
He left behind not monuments, but a warning: when nations trade freedom for strong men, the ending is always written in blood.